Hello and welcome back to the channel. Apologies for not uploading anything in the last few weeks, but we've been just so busy with buying back in Ireland, Kim moving house, me being unwell, and just basically taking a small little bit of a break. But anyway, welcome back to the Orihuela Costa, welcome back to Cabo Roig, and welcome back to the Strip. The story about this video is we're going to introduce you to the St. Patrick's Day Parade, which is happening in 11 days time from today. Now, if you remember, the St. Patrick's Day Parade has been cancelled for the last couple of years. It celebrated its 9th birthday in 2019. Then COVID closed it down for 2 years. It reopened again last year, but unfortunately the weather was so bad that it actually stopped the parade from going ahead a couple of days before it actually happened. And believe it or not, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the 17th, the weather ended up being like this, but you couldn't take a chance. That day, I remember, you would nearly need a snorkel and flippers walking around this place. It was that wet. And we were traveling in a motorhome at the time, and around the same time as well, I think we were making videos about the battered beaches and getting cabin fever with the amount of rain that fell for those few weeks. And it extended right into April as well. So hopefully we're going to give you a bit of good luck story this year and bring you a proper parade. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated throughout the world. You don't even have to be Irish to have it. You don't have to be anybody to have 2 Scoopies. Just come along, enjoy the fun. This place is going to be mental. We've introduced the International Parade last year. There was a lot of people at that, but nothing compared to what you're going to see on St. Patrick's Day Parade. What we're going to do now, bring you down, show you around the different bars and cafes that you can sit and enjoy this parade on Friday week. So right behind me is going to be the starting point of the parade this year itself, where everybody congregates and gets ready to actually start the parade and follow the route. We're going to follow that route in a few moments' time, but I want to show you a couple of the bars around this area here, right at the Cabo Roig roundabout. And the first of the pubs right beside the roundabout is called the Laughing Leprechaun. It's down as an Irish pub, but it was owned by a Scottish man up to recently, and I think it has changed hands. It closed for a couple of days and reopened again, so that appeared on our 12 pubs of Christmas. So one of your local bars, you have the animal rescue right beside it. Lovely lady there looking after everybody inside. Next you have Shrumba, which closed down probably about 1.5 years ago at this stage. I don't think it was open for too long either. I don't know what the story was with that, but you won't be drinking there this year, guys, not unless it changes hands in the next couple of days and reopens. Cafe Marie then coming up next door. And you can appreciate it, guys, at the moment it's Monday and it's only 1:15 in the day. So it's not as busy as what it would be in the afternoons, and it's certainly not as busy as what it will be on the 17th. La Paradis, which is a French cafeteria. Lovely pastries in there. And this little cafe bar here that has opened recently as well. I'm not too sure of their trading hours, but I'm sure it's going to be a vantage point for you as well, and it's probably going to be busy on the day as well, because this is the exact spot where the parade starts. Just on the opposite side of the road there as well, another pub that featured in our 12 pubs of Christmas, the Cabo Roig Inn. That will be jammers on the morning as well. But yeah, here's where the parade starts. And I don't know how many floats are in it. I don't know who's marshalling the parade, and I don't know who the lead marshal is on the parade either, but this is the area where they all congregate in order to get ready. And this is what it looked like when we started the video last year of the International Parade, which went about a month later after the St. Patrick's Day Parade was cancelled. And of course, after the parade was cancelled last year, myself and the boy decided to have our own little bit of fun. Oh, that's much better. Hi, my name is Patrick, and my company is called
Snake Removal Ireland. Here's my card. And next up in the parade, here's Dublin from the world famous Mrs. Dial's Irish Dancing School. Oh, absolutely fantastic, guys. If you ever want to join a dancing club here in Lasenia in Spain, in the Cabo Roig area as well, you can just contact Mrs. Dial's Irish Dancing School. Ole, 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 go on, you good thing.
So the very first bar you come to is called Coo Coo, and it's right at the back of the street beside the pharmacia and the Chinese shop. It's not open today, and if they're not open on the 17th, well then they're definitely going to be missing out. And right after the multi-market there you have the Trinity. Jimmy operates inside the Trinity, doing a little bit of work there at the moment. This is one of your evening pubs, but it will be open on St. Patrick's Day, there's no doubt about that. But normally they would open at 6 o'clock evening, have a bit of karaoke on during the night as well, and then follow on until the early hours of the morning. These guys organised a 12k leisure walk yesterday for charity as well, and it's one of the pubs that actually help to organise events that create the funds in order to carry out the St. Patrick's Day parade. And I believe it takes about 20 grand in order to run this parade. And just after the Trinity Bar here, you have a new pub that was opened up there last year, and it's called Morgan's. A very upmarket pub. I've been in there once or twice. Well, I haven't been inside it, I've been outside having a scoopy or two. And this is definitely going to be another area for you to enjoy. And if you're not sure where it is, it's right across from Cabo Marina Apartments, and right next door to the Chinese shop, hypermarket, Bazaar Grand Chino. Okay, it's on the side street, but you'll definitely get views of the parade as it's passing by as well as your two scoopies. Incidentally, as we are walking along here, I can tell you that the temperatures are up around 18 degrees today. A slight bit of a breeze there, bringing the temperature down by maybe 1 degree, but nothing much. Next up you have Rogue Kitchen, once again not open today, and I'm not too sure whether it does open today. Martes y Verenas, okay. But mainly a food court, but they will definitely be open again for St. Patrick's Day parade. There are no timings for the parade yet, but it's suggested that it'll probably be around 3 o'clock in the afternoon when it does start, and that allows the police local to get here in order to help marshal the events itself. And the next pub on the list is Milo's, and this will definitely be open on the day, there is no doubt about it at all. Yeah, Milo's a great character. He's been organising a lot of golf tournaments around the area as well for people coming over to play golf. And he's also one of the organisers of the parade as well, with 5 other of the main pubs involved as well. And right next door to Milo's you have Havana, which is a lovely bar as well, doing some great deals there for happy hours, 3 o'clock until 6 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday to Friday. And no doubt we'll take advantage of the St. Patrick's Day parade as well. One of your eating places, front and back street here as well. You can definitely go in there and get your food during the day. I'm not too sure whether you have to book at these stage. And next door you have Puccini, an Italian restaurant. Doing a little bit of work there at the moment. I'm not too sure if they will be ready for St. Patrick's Day or not, but if they're not, well then there are plenty of other places to go. Right at the top of the strip here before the Central Salud you have the Spanish restaurant Ranzira. I think that's the way you pronounce it anyway. I'm sure they will be open on the day as well, serving food and beer. And as I said, you're right beside the medical centre then at this stage. So the drone is going to show you the footage at the end with regard to the exact route parade, but I'm going to take the shortcut here through this little car park that's going to lead us right to the Sabadell Bank at the top of the strip. And if I get this far on St. Patrick's Day, I will be doing well, because as I said, I don't know how many thousands of people are going to be here, but it's going to be mental. As the parade turns at the top of the strip at the back street there, the first bar you're going to come to is Achom. It's a restaurant as well, but I remember last year for the international parade, all these guys had chairs and tables out front. Shisha lounge, cocktail bar. Then you have the Mamma Mia Pizzeria. And next up we have Bar Liquid. We had the pleasure of playing a game of pool and a bit of darts in there for our 12 pubs of Christmas as well. A very popular pub in the area. Unfortunately, JC's closed down there, guys. Early last year or thereabouts. And you have Clive Inn, a beautiful restaurant next door to that as well. And this craft beer pub right beside that. Then you have Shakira Indian restaurant. Jumbon, which is very popular in their area as well. $13.95 for the buffet. Now, if I could only walk like this on the 17th of March, it would make my day an awful lot easier. So I'm going to definitely have to rely on a boy to help me with this one. Piccolino, another Italian restaurant as well, and we've had food in there before, as well as King of Tandoori right beside it. And they will all be doing beer on the day, guys, make no mistake about it. The Pirates, Mexican and Indian and Italian, right beside another Indian restaurant, Balti Tower, and then El Sueno next door to that, and Red Chili next door to that. So you're going to be spoiled for choice on the day. I've never been in the Italian affair, but it looks a little bit upmarket as well. But once again, it's like all restaurants around here. The prices are very, very affordable. The Ovio, whether it will be open on the day or not, I'm not too sure. Woco Cabana. And of course, the famous Murphy's Irish Tavern, right beside another Indian restaurant, New Delhi. Bella Bia, opening soon. Didn't know about that, but then again, I haven't been down this area for a while as well, so it's nice to see a new restaurant opening as well. And you have the sports bar right beside that, Arenas. Not too sure whether they will put tables and chairs out on the day. I'm not too sure what their involvement in the parade will be at any stage at all. Beautiful steakhouse next door to this, guys, Aberdeen Angus. If you're looking for a good steak, that's your place to go. And to Zona, I'm probably butchering the name, but I don't care. Not open at the moment, whether it will be or not. Closed for end of season, but it doesn't say when they're going to be opening. And next door to the Chinese hypermarket, you have this new restaurant that opened probably about a year ago at this stage, La Mafia. Very, very popular. And I've been told, even though I haven't been in there yet myself, that the prices, despite the look of it, are very, very affordable and reasonable. And right beside that, you have Manuela restaurant as well, pizzeria and steakhouse. And that's the side street again. That will bring you to Morgan's that we mentioned earlier on as well, and then the Trinity in the background as well. Don't be afraid to go in there, Jimmy will look after you. Plenty of scoopies to be had in that. And unlike a lot of the pubs here, during normal weeks, Jimmy stays open until God knows how long in the morning. And I believe all the staff from the local bars here as well, when they're feeling a little bit tired and a little bit relaxed after working their late shifts, they will definitely go in there and hit it up as well. Right after the supermarket, you're coming up now to YOLO Bar and Restaurant, home of Stevie Spit every week as well. And next to that then you have McCafferty's Bar, definitely a pub that was featured on our 12 Pubs of Christmas, and that will be massively busy on the day as well. Cape Cod next door as well for your fish and chips. Now, this is a pub that never ceases to amaze me. It's not my local, but that pub does be jammers at night time, no matter what the season is. And there's always karaoke going in there. And next door you have the very famous O'Riordan's as well. Probably one of my favourite along the strip as well. Only by default, because it was one of the first ones that we actually came to when we came here initially as well. And then I suppose with the younger viewers of the channel, you have the Bushwhacker. And somebody was asking me how the Bushwhacker didn't feature on our 12 Pubs of Christmas. And the only reason it didn't feature is simply because it just didn't get enough votes. I've nothing against it. I don't think anybody else as well. It's just probably a younger person's pub with live music on every night of the week. And of course, if you don't want any of the food in any of the restaurants there, you have KFC right down here at the end of the strip. So that's all the pubs and bars and eateries that you can visit on that side of the strip. It would be very rude of me as a YouTuber not to bring you to the La Regia side of the strip, where you have Asia Fusion and a few more bars and restaurants along this area as well. So let's introduce you to all those. Now, directly on the opposite side of the strip, you have a pub called KM67. It looks a little bit run down and dilapidated at the moment, and I'm not too sure if it will be open on the 17th of March or not. This has fantastic potential because you can just look inside there, the type of setup that it is as well. Real modern, funky, and it just gives you that sense of outdoorsy feeling of having a beer and having a good chilled out relaxation session. However, if it isn't open on the 17th, don't you worry guys, you won't go thirsty. And right next door to Asia Fusion, you have Panache Restaurant and Bar. Next up you have Hamilton's Bakehouse is what it says it is. I'm not too sure if it's a bar or a pub as well. I think this place used to be called Charlie's. I'm not too sure if it's after changing name now or if it's closed down at all or whatever. But it's right beside the Motor Rent and the Bikini Bar. Not too sure if they'll be open on the day. And another Irish bar in the corner here as well that do Jamaican style street food called Horrigan's Irish Bar. Next up you have the exclusive club, the Showgirls. Whether that's your thing or not, I'm sure you can sit out there and have a beer on the day as well. Now these guys next door here are called the Bar Inn, and they do a daily special as well of where you get a pint of beer and a burger, all for €5. Not bad, eh? And if they're doing that on St. Patrick's Day, why would you want to leave that pub? Now guys, I believe this pub has only been taken over recently as well. It's called the Western. And look at this setup here. If you're in around this area, you have to come in here. Owned by a young English guy and a Spanish partner. And it's an absolutely beautiful place to sit in. And myself and the boy were sitting here yesterday afternoon as well, and he came down and he played the piano. And for a guy of his age to play the piano the way he did, it was staggering and beautiful to listen to at the same time. Next up is a place I've never been to, Poco Loco, Tex-Mex restaurant and bar. And then next to that you have Hong Kong restaurant, Asian restaurant as well. I have eaten in there before as well. And if you're looking for a cheaper option than what Asia Fusion are doing, that's definitely your place to go. And I can speak from experience that the food isn't half bad in there. And coming right up to the top of the strip here on the La Regia side, one of the last areas is a bar called the Claddagh. It's an Irish bar and pizzeria, and they do wood-fired pizza. And believe me guys, it's absolutely gorgeous. The Claddagh, named after an area of Galway, and obviously the people who own it are from Galway as well. So guys, a big shout out and a thank you to Milo from Milo's Bar and Jimmy from Trinity Bar for giving me a bit of information about this parade as well, and probably inspiring me to make this video that will be part of the St. Patrick's Day parade as well, although you will see it during the week. You can only imagine the amount of work that goes into something like this, organisation of it, getting all the floats ready and the likes as well. €20,000 I believe it takes to run this parade. That's an awful lot of money. It's going to be well made, that's for sure. This place is going to be buzzing on St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to leave you now with a little bit of drone footage just going to show you the route that the parade will take all the way around the strip as well. So, if you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and please leave us a comment. We'll definitely have a chat with you. Until the next time, see you out and about.